Hi everybody, this video will be dedicated to Google Slides. I'd like to show you some techniques and shortcuts that I think will help you. I know most of you have used this before, but this wouldn't hurt to get a little refresher course maybe. And then we'll get started on a slide presentation. And I'll be going back and forth between my account and a student account to give you a reference point. So here we go. First thing I like to talk about is that when you're doing a presentation, you want to make sure that your text shows contrast between the background and itself. If there are graphics in there or even pictures or anything like that where the text gets buried, we want to fix that. So I want to show you a few of those things first. This is a digital footprint presentation I started, and this particular slide that's up right now, this is a good example. What we have here is a cool graphic, but this yellow text is kind of getting buried behind it and you can't see it great. You don't want that to happen. So I'm going to show you in this video some techniques how to avoid that, how to fix that. Also, a general rule is when you're making a presentation, you want bulleted, simple items. Not a lot of sentences. Definitely paragraphs are out of the question because the audience is just not going to read it. That's just the fact. So keep that in mind as we go through and when you're creating your own. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'm going to open up a student's account and then kind of start this digital footprint assignment with you and show you these techniques as I go. So bear with me as I go back and forth. The first thing is I'm in the account. I'm on a Mac. So what I did was I went ahead and signed in. So over here it said sign in. I already did that. I put my school account in. Now if I hit this waffle, I can look for slides, which is there. And if you don't see it, you could type it in right here and click the first link and it'll put you right in to your account. So here's slides. I'm going to open that up. All right. So the first thing is I obviously push blank. And I am going to immediately label the file. And this one is digital footprint. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do. Always label your files. Next, this is a title slide. So as you probably know, you go over here to the left and find the layout that you think would work the best. And for me, I think I'm just going to use title only. Yeah, so there we go. Now, as you may know, I guess I'm going to flip that up here. There we go. Now, you may know that a theme is often used, and you can select the theme over here, and then most of your slides will have that theme involved with it. But you can always put a picture in as a background. You can always just do a color as a background as well. So I'm just going to pick an initial theme that I'll go with, and then I might change it as I go through. So I'm going to type in here, find my, find a really cool font that I want. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. Bold it. I think I want to center this and make it probably 36 would be good. So let me do that first. I'm going to title it Your Digital Footprint. Okay. So there's that. And what I think I'll do is just put another text box in here because I kind of ran out of room. I do want another text box. So let me show you how to do that, which is very simple to do. So if your particular layout that you're working with isn't perfect, you just click this T right here, and my mouse turns into this plus sign, and I'll just draw another text box. Okay. I think I'll use the same font, a little smaller, and I think I will, whoops, also center that one too. Except I'm not finding it. There it is. Okay. So I think that's cool. Now I do want a graphic in here, so I think I will make room for it. And you notice this crosshairs, that shows that it's centered, so that's always nice to know. All right, so I can import a picture. I haven't saved any, but I'm going to show you another technique that's really cool. So if I click plus sign, I'm on my Mac. Always do an image search. So I'm in Google, images. Okay, so I'm going to type in just digital footprint. Find something that looks kind of cool. I like this one right here. All right, so I'm going to click on it once for the preview. All right, I'm not going to click on it again. Now there's two things you can do. The easiest thing, I think, is to just right click and click copy image. Copy image. You click that, it saves it to the clipboard temporarily. Go back to my slide. I'm just going to right click and paste. There it is, no problemo. And I don't know, position it where I want it. I think I'll center it. There it is. Okay, I'm going to stretch it a little bit. Okay, there, that's cool. All right, so that's it for that. All right. Next, I am going to start another slide. But before I do, I might as well get my information packet loaded. So I have a packet for the assigned digital footprint slideshow, and I'm going to go to my Google Classroom page. Now I know all my information is here. There's another video for this particular assignment that you can look at that explains the requirements, but here is the assignment itself. No, that's not it. I was wrong. Right here. Okay, so it's this in control your digital footprint. I'm going to open that up because I know this is where my info is coming. Page 2. All right. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so I can see it better. All right. So one thing you have to remember, you do not want to plagiarize. So don't do that. Always put things in your own words. I want a slide on the definition of digital footprint. So I'm going to go over here, back to my slides, and I'm going to click, not the plus sign, because it'll give me the same layout. I'm going to click this little arrow and pick the layout that I want. I think what I'm going to use is, I need a couple text box, title and body. I think that'll work. So I'll click that and it'll create the slide for me. Now what I want to do is show you how to import a picture and make it the background and then make some adjustments to it. There's a couple of ways to do this. You can go and click background and then import an image that you've saved prior. I found that's an okay way to do it, but you can't alter the picture then. You can't adjust it, and I want to show you how to do that. That's what I prefer to do. So I'm going to get out of that. Go back to this. I'm going to find, I think I'll use this as my background right here. All right, so there's a couple ways to do it. I think I'll do the same thing as I did before. I'll right click, copy image, and then I'm going to paste it. Now, it's going to come in, and I want this as my background. I think it'll be cool. It's very busy, so contrast will be an issue, but I'll show you how to fix that. What I want to do before I stretch it the entire size of the slide, you right-click on it, go to Order, Send Background. Send Backward, I should say, or Send to Back. I think that's probably the one I want. If you notice, what happens is it shows now the text box that came in with it, with the layout. So now I'm going to stretch it all the way, the full size. And again, whoops, shoot, you can see that these text boxes are there still. All right, so what I'm going to do is go in here and just start typing. Remember, you send it to the back, the picture, then you're in good shape. So I have to determine, what color is going to work best. I think I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to center it, bold it. That's not a bad font. I'll just use that. And then I think I'll try 48. Okay. So I'm going to type in, this is the definition slide, digital footprint. That actually shows up nice, that color. So I'm going to keep that, leave that alone. Now down here is the body part. That's where I'm going to have some problems. So before I even type in, I could type it in first. I will go and make this larger and give it a definition. And I'm not going to center this one. So here we go. The definition I want is the trace you leave behind in the digital world. I'll add this too. When on your devices, can be permanent. Notice that contrast is horrible, so that's not going to work. First of all, I will to change the text color, it's right here. Text color. Let's try black. Let's see how that looks. That's a little bit better. All right, here's what you need to do. And I show this with other apps too. You click on the picture itself. So the picture is, you can tell I'm clicked on it. If I right click on here, no, I don't need to right click. I will go to up here where it says format options. Format options. All right. Adjustments. Okay, this is where you can fade this thing so the attention is on the text and not the picture itself. So I'm going to go to transparency, and you can see that helps a lot. You can mess with contrast as well. That messed it up a little bit, but the transparency really helped a lot. And now that solved my problem. So you can do that with any picture whatsoever. You can mess around with that. All right. So let me go back to my account. All right, now I'd like to show you how to take a shortcut when creating slides that are kind of similar. And with this assignment, we are using this resource to get our information. Now, in the instructions, I said you need a slide on this section, this section, this section, and this section. They could look very similar, but with a little bit different information. So what I'm going to do is show you how to copy and paste and just make some minor adjustments. It will save you an immense amount of time. So this is the one that I was working on before. How is it collected? So I did this before. And how is it collected? Search words, browsers, cookies, purchases, comments, info you post. Now, that's great. That's what I want it to look like. I found this color I loved, this color scheme. So what you can do, this is great, is you can right click here and click duplicate slide. So you right click over here. Once you make the slide, duplicate the slide. Okay, here's the new one. It looks the same, obviously. And all I'm going to do now is change the information. So all the bullets still go with it. All of the transition, or I'm sorry, animation goes with it, I believe. So I'll go like this. Instead of how is it collected, this one would be on what it's used for. So I'll just go, I'm going to make the title used for ... That's it. Now I go into this text box and find this. Let's see, I want marketing, hacking, digital reputation. I'll do that. So I'm just going to change it. Marketing, hacking, digital reputation. So that's done. Go over here and change these things. Let's see what I want there. Let's see. Recommendations for ads. Let's do that. Oh, that looks bad. So I need to either change the font size or stretch this box over. Oh, that looks terrible. I need the recommendations on the same line. You can't leave it. You can't leave that alone. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now, let's see. The other one was social influence. Another way of putting that is influence your views. And then I could change this one as well. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to delete that one. So let's see what that looks like. Yep, all the transition or the animations go with it. I'm going to go over how to assign those in a second, but check it out. It all goes with it. It saves you so much time just to duplicate the slide and change what's needed. Pretty cool. All right. So let me go to another slide that I already did. And this one I did on cookies. So I didn't put any animations in here. Animations are how the words come in. You can put them in different orders and use the different effects. So a couple things. I think I'm going to have this picture come in with my background when the slide transitions. So that's cool. So I'm going to go over here and find animations right here. Animate. Now I select on the box first the information I want to. So for now, this stuff fades in. It's all coming in at once. To bring each item in separately, you have to click on by paragraph. So if you want to control every item that comes in, click this box. So that's what I definitely want. I'm going to use zoom in. The speed in which it comes in can be adjusted here. I think that's a good time. The time they give you is good. Too slow, just really hard to watch. So I can do a play test right here. So here's how there's how it comes in when it transitions. Click there. I clicked that. Because I clicked by paragraph, these all just pop in one at a time. Pretty cool. I love it. All right, the next thing I wanted to show you, maybe the last thing, is there's no transition on these. That means when I play the presentation, it just goes from one slide to the next. All right, this is kind of boring. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on my first slide and transition right here. So I click on my slide over here, transition, and apply to all slides. That's the easiest way. So I pick one that I like. I know that I like gallery. So I click gallery, apply to all slides, then I'm done with it. I could go into each individual slide and put in a different animation. That would be fine, but this is what it's going to look like now. Boom, there's gallery. Now there's no animation on that one, but now here's some animation here. Pretty cool. Now, one thing that you need to be aware of is in the assignment, it needs to be in a logical order. You want things to be simple, not a lot of paragraphs as I stated, but if I'm doing this as a project, it makes sense that digital footprint would be after my title slide, the first slide. Cookies would be second, because without cookies, none of this happens. And then I think the order I put in the check boxes for the assignment itself were the best order. So I would stick with that if I were you. So these are some tips that I thought might be helpful. If you have any questions, please email me or message me in Google Classroom, and I would be more than happy, to help you out.